Welcome back to High Heels Happy Hour. I'm Christina, and this is not Ingrid.
I am not Ingrid, but I love Ingrid.
Yes, so this is our first um, co-host, stand-in co-host or visiting co-host ever in the yeah.
Wow.
I
I'm
mean,
a,
we haven't been around that long, but
but I'm
still, you
honored.
should
I
be
am
honored.
very honored.
I wouldn't just let
Oh
anyone
my goodness.
replace
I
me,
better run. I
replace
better run and go
Ingrid.
get Ingrid.
Yeah, well, she has given her approval. Well,
Okay.
actually, today, so this is Cyndy Porter, my very dear friend, mentor,
Oh,
business coach, and yeah,
BFF.
BFF.
Don't
Ingrid
forget
and
that part.
Cindy are they're my girls.
Yes.
So today is also when we're recording this, it's actually Mother's Day. So happy Mother's
And
Day,
I know you
Cindy.
too.
And Cindy's here visiting with her family. And Ingrid and I have been wanting to get Cindy on. We figured, you know what? Let's just do it. Since it's Mother's Day, Ingrid is off with her family. So we figured, let's do it. So here we are. And today we're going to talk about reinvention. But before we do that, we always want to check in and give a hack if you
A
have one.
hack.
Just a life hack
A
in
life
general.
hack.
So, how was your week so far?
Oh, my week has been amazing. I've been in Florida
Yeah.
and I got to see your son have a
Yes.
celebration for
Oh,
graduating from high
that's right.
school.
Yes.
And my son flew out
Yeah.
since they haven't known each other since they were 2.
That's right.
Yes.
They were BFFs since two, and then they've, been in different hobbies, different things, but they're
Yes.
connecting again. So it's really fun.
So that is one good life hack,
Yeah.
is to stay
Yes.
in touch with
That's
people
right.
who you love and have known and have history with.
Yeah.
Even if you get separated, these boys don't even remember
Yeah.
that when they were 2, they were their own
Yeah.
BFFs.
Yeah.
And we make fun of them by saying they took baths
They
together.
did
They said, "Are you
a
going to say
lot.
that one more time?" But no, they have history and they will go through life knowing each other,
Yeah.
even though they've not been together.
So it's like almost like a cousin.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
you uh you belong. It's like family, but you might live in different
Right.
cities. You have different experiences, different upbringings, different schools.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's really fun to see.
Yeah.
And now our dogs are also really
I
good
know. My
friends.
goodness, they're having so much fun
Yeah,
together.
and also Chance, the dog, Ingrid's dog, has been around to the house playing. So
Yes.
everyone is now good friends.
Yes. Absolutely.
And then, do you have a life hack, Cindy? Anything like that you do that you think is a good, like makes life easier?
Well, I will say, both in business and in my personal life,
Yeah.
I have learned to track my numbers.
Oh, that's good.
And it relates to my life recently. I always did it in business. You got to know
Mm-hmm.
your numbers, even though it's no fun. It's not the
Yeah.
fun part
Yeah.
because you don't know how well you're doing if you
Mm-hmm.
don't track it.
Yep.
But I have recently been on a bit of a health kick and I wanted to lose weight, like, everybody in the world except Christina, who's
Oh,
just perfect all
mm.
the time. And no, but I've
That's why
been
I invited her. She's really nice.
but I've learned to like track my steps, track my heart rate, track my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a great app for tracking my calories
Mm-hmm.
and my macronutrients.
Yeah.
And it's really helped me really be aware of what I'm doing and what I could be doing better, especially as I get older, to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that I'm really taking care of myself.
Yeah.
So I am a huge fan across the board of tracking the things that matter in
That's
life.
really good. I
Thank
like
you.
that.
Thank you.
Yes, and we've talked a lot about health, and we had Alexandra on last week talking about biohacking. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
definitely up
Interesting.
our alley about tracking. What is the app that you use?
I like a chronometer.
Oh,
It's
I don't
really, really
know.
good, and it what I like about it is it's not just calories.
Uh-huh.
It actually tracks your macronutrients, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I'm taking in enough fiber,
Yeah.
that I have enough protein,
Yep.
that I have all, so it's really, really
Good.
good
Huh.
for that.
All
Um,
right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
very
Well,
good for
that's
that.
good.
I like it.
Yeah, attract number improves. That's just the way it is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So my week has been a whirlwind. Well, it was a very big week. We had graduation party. We went to graduation parties. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was a lot of emotion. It's uh,
Yeah, for
it's a
sure.
it's a bittersweet having a senior, but it was fun. We saw a lot of people this week, a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. I'm super excited
And your
about
son
that.
is just doing so well.
He
I'm so
is. I
proud of him.
cannot complain.
Pretty amazing.
Yes, he's.
Yeah.
And then my hack will also be in the health sphere, since we're all on health
Mhm.
kicks. Um, I will say something, and listening to a lot of podcasts, something that I do, even if you're not, Ingrid and I do intermittent fasting. We've talked about that a lot in the past. Even if you're not intermittent fasting, if you work out in the morning, make sure to work out in a fasted state, because your workout improves so much. You get so much more
Oh,
out of your
I
workout
didn't know
because
that.
the body is under a good amount of stress. It's a good stress, hormesis, good stress on the body.
Hmm.
And working out in a fasted state, you can also tap into your fat storage
I did
easier.
not know that. I thought I needed to
Yes, so
eat before I
skip,
worked out.
no,
Oh
that
my
is
goodness.
not good.
That's going to
It's
be
much, well,
hard.
good. I mean, if you work out in the afternoon or evening, you might have to. But if you work out in the morning, you can have black coffee
Okay.
or water, of course. You can have electrolytes, but do not grab that banana or that smoothie or the bar. You don't need it. Take it after the workout
Interesting.
instead, and wait a little bit. Don't eat right after. Wait for an hour or so. Then,
Well, that should help with my numbers.
yeah, there you go. And I'm actually going to try something. I'm going to try. I haven't done this before, but on Mondays I teach at night. So I'm not working out in a fasted state, but I'm going to try to do like a long fast. So it's like a 24-hour or like
Whoa.
a 22-hour fast, and then
See,
hold it and then eat when I get home.
you are an
Well, I'm
inspiration,
gonna try.
Christina
We'll
Parkhorst.
see how it works, but I'm gonna try and
Let's
see
hear.
how
I'd
that
love to hear
works.
how it goes.
Yes, yeah,
I guess you can do it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
worried about getting
It's
lightheaded if I don't have enough food, but
no.
that's in my head, isn't
Well,
it?
it can be that you can't. It can be just the body getting used to it, but it's not like we don't have storages.
Yeah.
So your body
Clearly, I have storage.
is never gonna run out of energy source.
Okay.
We are not. I mean, very few people cannot stand to not
Mm.
eat for,
All right.
and we eat too often, and when we constantly eat, we're refueling with glucose instead of
Yeah.
going to the fat store.
And as
So
you know, I have
yeah,
gut issues. So
yeah,
probably the less I
yeah.
eat, the better my gut.
But
So,
also you get more out of your workout, so you get more bang for your buck. You get a more efficient workout if you work out in a fasted state.
okay.
That's my hack, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I'm going to
So
try it.
today we're going to talk about reinvention, and Cyndy really is the perfect guest for this, because you have
Constantly reinvented myself.
constantly reinvented yourself, business wise.
Yeah.
And also, when it comes to reinvention, it's that white elephant in the room, especially for us women, where we think we're too old.
Mm,
Like, oh no, I can't do that. I'm not 20 anymore. I missed that train. I can't start over. It's too late.
right.
And we want to bust that myth, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Never too late.
So when I met you, Cyndy, you had just started your photography
Oh, that's
business,
right.
or you were on getting you. So why don't you just take a little background of your professional background and kind of, yeah, a little bit about
Cool.
the story of Cyndy.
Wow. I'll tell you the abbreviated version. So I was in sales and marketing in the corporate space, and I had an opportunity to step down when I was 38. And I was in part of the information boom. My last
Mm.
job was a mid-level director of brand marketing at AOL,
Yeah.
and I had had enough of corporate world. I worked for a lot of startups, and I was really close to burnout. So I just decided to stop, get off the treadmill. And I was lucky that I then met my husband and had my first son right kind of immediately after that. I would kind of was always working so much. I never
Mhm.
did
Yeah.
that. So I didn't have my son till I was 43.
Yeah.
Talk about later doing things later in life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I knew that I wanted to do more than be just my husband, like Jack's wife and Steven's mom. I needed
Mhm.
more.
Yeah.
And I always loved photography.
Yeah.
So as you know, I just started taking photography classes and my type A personality kind of snapped into gear. And I'm like, well, I should get paid for this. So I started doing photo shoots. Actually, some of my
Mhm.
first were of your beautiful family.
That's right. We were the guinea
You
pigs.
were the guinea pigs, and a beautiful family as the guinea pigs, actually. But then I got certified as a photographer because I wanted to make sure to prove to myself that I was actually doing really good
Mhm.
work. And then I started experimenting. So talking about reinventing, it's like, well, should I do weddings? Should I do baby? Should I do professional? So I tried all of those different things. And so, one of the things I would say about reinventing yourself is it's okay to start and not know exactly where you're going to end up.
Mhm.
You just
It's so
start
important.
and see what you love,
Mhm.
and it'll take you down a journey.
Yeah.
Because quickly after that, I was invited to a weekend image and style workshop.
Yeah.
And I thought, whoa, this is amazing. First of all, a little bit about me is I never felt comfortable in my own skin. I
Mhm.
was the person who would go to my closet and try on all these outfits and have this big pile of clothes, gathering on the floor, leaving not feeling good. And I realized that everything I knew about brand marketing and photography can be applied to how we dress,
Mhm.
and that we can actually feel amazing about how we look. It like we can learn how to do this. Christina came out of the womb knowing how to do it naturally.
Not necessarily, but I had a mother that helped a lot. Yeah.
You have you're with your interior design, you just have
Mhm.
such a great eye. I never had that. So I what I wanted to do was learn a process that I could teach others and also use myself. And so what I learned was branding a product or a business is just like branding ourselves.
Yep.
Like we are, you know,
Mhm.
we are our own product or service and
Yeah.
human, um and we can communicate who we are by how we look, and we can actually use the same art principles that are used in interior design or
Yeah.
used in photography to look our best.
Yeah.
So then I realized I needed to take another left turn, and I combined photography with image and style and kind of created a whole new business.
Yeah.
And then over time, a lot of the photography has kind of fallen away,
Mhm.
and now I just love helping professionals, primarily women,
Mhm.
feel really comfortable in their own skin, understand how to communicate who they are, and look in the mirror and feel beautiful. And
Yeah.
so uh, I have continued, and along the way there, I thought I did a little thing with business coaching too.
Yeah.
So for in my life, I get bored really easily, and if I don't have a reason to get up in the morning and have something I'm really excited about doing for myself or teaching others,
Yeah.
then I don't think I can stay young. So this
Yeah.
whole idea of you're too late just never.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to
So
ever
good.
stop working
Yep.
fully because
Me, same here.
what am I going to do? Get up and golf? Nothing wrong if you love to
Yeah.
golf,
We
but
might do that some days,
maybe
not
some
every
days.
day.
Maybe some days.
Yeah. No, that's so true. And it because looking at this too, you retired at 38, and that so when you started your image consulting, that was like you were in your 50s.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was in my 50s.
Yeah. So that's I love it. It's so
Absolutely,
you've
in
always
my 50s.
inspired me to not. And also, I will say, Cyndy is the reason I am an image consultant today because I was an interior designer and you kept telling me, you got to do this too. They go hand in hand, they have so much in common. And I'm
Right.
like, I'm not going to do that.
I
And then,
know. Plus she has the makeup,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like you're great with makeup. You have just a great eye, and you're a great image consultant now.
well,
I'm very happy about that.
she certified me, so there you go. No, but it the constant journey and not being afraid to try new things. And I think, as you said, it keeps us young,
Absolutely.
learning new things all the
Mhm.
time,
Yes.
kind of staying on top of things, and not just saying, "Oh, I can't do that. It's for the new generation." No,
No.
you don't have to be an expert, but kind of. trying it out, checking it out, feeling like you're productive part of society and
Absolutely.
not
Yes.
ancient.
Yes.
And also, as we age, our clients can age too. So there's always going to be women that we can
Right.
relate to, and there's an audience for all of us.
Absolutely.
So, knowing this today, what would you say are some important things to think about before you kind of jump ship, so to speak, or if you're feeling dead end doing what you're doing, or you just want to do something else, or maybe you haven't done
Mhm.
anything in a while and you want to start something. What are some important things?
Well, I would say number 1, and I have my own experience, plus I've seen a lot of other people. I've mentored other women and just known a lot of, startup entrepreneurs, solopreneurs.
Hmm.
And I think the thing that's the difference between people who succeed and people who don't is, well, there's 2. One is having enough financial runway to give yourself the time to really
Hmm.
figure it out and not be stressed about, "Oh my god, I gotta make money right now. I gotta pay my bills. I gotta feed my family." If you have that pressure going on
Yeah.
while you're trying to figure it all out,
Yeah.
it's really hard. It's really,
Yeah.
really hard to
Yeah.
do both at the same time. So I would recommend that you either put money in the bank or get to a place where you can afford, 6 months or longer to like figure it out before you need to have a certain income.
Yeah, because we
And
all know most businesses, as you start out, you're not going to make a lot of money off the bat. It takes a while.
it does take a
Yeah.
while. It does take a while. And the other thing I think is really important is you kind of need to know how to run a business
Hmm.
or learn that, because what I've seen is a lot of people are experts in
Hmm.
different things, like in
Hmm.
my case photography and image,
Yeah.
but I came out of the business world, so I
Yeah.
really understood marketing and accounting and all the things that it takes to
Yeah.
run a business. So it was easier for me to hit the ground running because, and I wasn't afraid of sales, like, all of those things. And I've seen people who are amazing experts, but they don't understand. Like the hardest thing to do is get clients. Like
Yeah.
we all wish we could just like say, okay, I'm going to go,
Yeah.
be
If
a.
I build it, they will come. Not
Exactly.
always true.
Not always true. I've seen that happen, and people are really lucky. Like
Yeah.
there's a pent up demand for something, and they
Yeah.
open their door, and boom, but that is very rare.
Yeah.
And normally, like I know the first years, I spent 80% of my time networking.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, joining the networking organizations and meeting people and having coffee with people.
Hmm.
And if you're not really prepared to do that part, th-
Yeah.
then I would say partner with somebody who is.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's kind of a
Yeah.
necessity.
And we talked about this in the past too, and on other episodes, that um, you don't need to do everything in your business, and you don't need to be an expert on everything, as you said, but you need to sort of know how to run your business
Mhm.
yourself, so you're not super dependent on other people, and then are just, if they leave you, you're just kind of like, what?
Exactly.
But it doesn't mean that you have to do it all the time.
Right. Although I guess in the beginning,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
probably do.
Because you need to bootstrap a little.
Right.
Yeah, but then you can sort of see what your strengths and yeah.
Exactly, right?
Hmm.
Like, we don't all have the same strengths.
Yeah.
And so if your strength isn't public speaking or writing or networking, then figure out what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly it's your expertise, but
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
gonna need to do the other part too.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. 100%.
But it's amazing. There's nothing more rewarding than having an idea. And so most of the women, don't you think, Christina, that most of the women that we know, and men,
Hmm.
but women, we'll talk about women.
Yeah.
It is high
Yeah.
heel happy hour
That's
after
right.
all. Um, they the work that they do is a passion.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, I think I want to go make a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's really like in my case, like I felt really passionate about helping women feel beautiful and look beautiful.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have that passion, and before that it was photography, like I had a passion for the art and the craft of photography and
Mhm.
helping people kind of have memories of
Yeah.
important events in their life. And if I didn't have that passion,
Yeah.
the amount of work that I put in to my business, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah.
So it can't be chasing
Yeah.
dollars, right? It
Yeah.
has to be
Yep.
you love what you do, or you want to make a
Exactly.
difference in the world, or you want to leave a legacy, or one of those things.
Yeah. Because then the dollars will hopefully follow. Because
Exactly.
otherwise, it's not really authentic to
Exactly.
wanting. Yeah. No, and then because then also it doesn't. You can put in those all those hours and the extra work doesn't feel like, oh my god, I'm just working, 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 starting
Exactly.
up because you're yeah. Something else that you told me too, and we chatted before, is to be emotionally ready
Mm.
to start. And I think that's something we forget too.
Yeah, because there's going to be ups and downs. And again, I think it goes to that runway
Hmm.
so that you're
Yeah.
ready to, like, you know, not make as much money
Hmm.
and not know stuff.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn and to figure out, like, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think you have to be emotionally ready as well as financially
Yeah.
ready.
And emotionally ready to learn and to understand that, oops, I know nothing. Or, I might fail. And
Right.
that's okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you should prepare to fail.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
failed. I failed a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
A whole
Fail
bunch of things.
forward.
Yes, fail forward. The other thing that has been really, can I say that? Another thing?
Of course.
I
You can say whatever you
I'm
want.
thinking. So I think it's also important to be clear on your goals.
Hmm.
And so for me, it hasn't always been financial.
Hmm.
And like sometimes I've realized that,
We can't do that because then that goes in the mic.
oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so much with my hands.
That's okay.
Um,
To be clear on your goals.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I think sometimes the metric is how many lives am I changing, not how many
Mhm.
dollars am I making.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And I think it's okay because,
I feel that should be like a quote on
well,
social.
quote me then.
Yes. No, that's so true. Yeah.
But you get to decide what your metric is because you
Yeah.
might be close to retirement and it
Yeah.
might be you even have retirement money or what, who knows what your
Yeah.
personal background is
Uh-huh.
and why you're ready for this next reinvention. But it
Yeah.
could just be like, you know what? I want to spend the next 10 or 20 years, doing something to help children or to help, like, think about your heart and like
Mhm.
what you're really going to feel proud of, the
Yeah.
difference in the world. And
Yeah.
it might not be tied to how much money you're making.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. And
Yeah.
and for me, that's been a bigger metric
Mm.
than getting to $1 million
Yeah.
in revenue.
Yeah. Because goal setting, we often tie it to a dollar
Right.
amount.
Exactly.
Like this year, I'm going to make X.
Right.
But no, I love that. That's really cool.
I mean, it's okay if what motivates you
Hmm.
is financial, and if I've heard some people say that that's like a scorecard for them, even if they don't need the money. It's
I
like,
think I feel that way. Yeah,
yeah,
I could relate to that because I feel like it's not what gets me up in the morning, but it definitely makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing because obviously they're
right.
hiring me, so
The
then I
market
must
is
be
showing
doing the
you.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
and that's that's legitimate,
yeah,
and you could even do that and then give the money away.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but
It's
you get to
easier to be
decide.
generous when you're not financially strapped.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's great. I love that. We're gonna put that quote down. Yeah.
Yep.
So, anything else you feel when it comes to the age part? Because I do feel that's a big, big thing for women. Like, I'm over the hill. I'm not relevant. Anything else that you feel a pep talk?
Okay, so here's what I think.
Yeah.
I think when we stop feeling useful,
Mhm.
we get closer to death.
That's so true.
And
Yeah.
so if you get up in the morning and you have something that makes you feel useful,
Mm.
um, that's the key to the fountain of youth.
There you go.
And I think because I made a joke about, oh, what are we going to do? Play golf. Like, I think golf's a great sport and it's
Yeah.
fun to master something.
Yeah.
I'm learning to ride horses.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago, I started riding horses
Hmm.
as a 61-year-old,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I love it. And I'm mastering that. And that really is exciting to me.
Isn't it cool that she is 60 plus? I think that's super cool.
Thank you.
I think it gives us all so much
Thank you.
hope.
Yeah, I just learned the other day that I'm older than Ingrid's mom.
Well, there you go. Well, Ingrid's mom was very young when she had her, so let's just say that.
No, but it's just a number,
Yeah.
and I don't feel that
Yep.
age, and I feel like it's a combination, and maybe it is a little bit the hobbies too, like
Mhm.
mastery of something to keep you going
Yeah.
and to feel like I'm not too old to
Mhm.
do that thing.
Yeah.
But I also think that when you are making a difference in other people's lives and when you're still making an income
Yeah.
and you're, feeling vibrant and vital and useful, that
Yeah.
keeps you young. I
Yes.
do. I really think so.
That's the fountain of youth.
Yes.
There you go. So then, and send a little bit of biohacking to get, the body and
Exactly.
movement and all that.
Exactly.
And then, yeah, no, that's so true. So not giving up on those hopes, not saying it's too late. 'Cause
Exactly.
you're only as old as you, is that a saying in English or is it in Swedish? I don't know. But there's a saying, you're only as old as you make yourself.
Something very similar in English.
So that's the direct translation in Swedish is you're as old as you make
You're
yourself.
right. You're as old as you think you are, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
That's yeah. So my grandmother, who my mom and my grandmother owned women's boutiques, a chain, and they kind of worked together. My grandmother worked in the store up until the day before she died. She was 86.
Oh my God, that's
Yes.
amazing.
So she didn't work, from opening to closing, but she went in every day and she hung out with people and she, definitely had a purpose
Yes.
to but she, my mom took over more and more, but still she had a purpose. She was useful. She went to the office. So I think
Absolutely.
if it's a way to go, it's fast that way. She was happy, and then
I agree.
something happened and she passed away. But it was yeah, that has always been um a good boost in my life too. Like if my grandmother could do that, I'm gonna work
Exactly.
till 96
Exactly.
then.
Yeah.
And I think, as we said, it's not the whole fact of some people look forward to retirement, and that's the big goal because they have a lot of dreams they're going to fulfill in retirement,
Sure.
and that's great. But I feel too the way I work. Why should I retire? It's so
Right.
fun.
And I also think it's worth saying that work doesn't mean that it has to be 40, 60, 80 hours a week. Right?
Exactly.
As we get older, we can. So I have recently evolved my business one more time,
Mhm.
and I've gone almost completely virtual.
Yeah.
Locally, some people can hire me.
That's her dog
I'm
trying
sorry
to
about
get
that.
in.
My dogs are like, can we come play? But I've decided that I want to. My husband's 10 years older than I am.
Yeah.
And our son is going to college.
Yeah.
And we might want to travel more. And
Mhm.
I would like to be able to do my business wherever I am. And
Yeah.
and so that's my next thing is how do I do it virtually?
Yeah.
And so and I don't want to work all the time. I have a tendency to be a workaholic. And so
Yeah.
I'm putting that behind me and I'm working less and working smarter.
Yeah.
And so you can decide
Mhm.
what you want your work to be and
Exactly.
shouldn't feel like if you're
Can
going
be
to keep
as-
working
Yeah,
that
as
it's
full or part time as you want it to be.
exactly
I see us at the retirement. I don't think we'll live in a retirement home, but who knows? Maybe
Right.
a really
a
fun
really
one.
swanky
And
one.
we'll just dress the other ladies.
Exactly.
And I'll just fix their condos.
Oh, that's great. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. So to kind of reiterate a little bit on what we talked about, our three kind of major things to consider when reinventing. No, I want to just ask you another thing too, because this is something that comes up a lot when people think about starting something new. It's the whole, oh, what are people going to think that I used to do that, now I'm doing this?
Oh,
Are they
yeah.
going to think that I'm all over the page?
Oh.
Is how would you respond to that? Like this being scared of being sort of all over the map with reinvention.
Well, so I've never worried about that, and
Yeah.
I've reinvented myself quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think people have a tendency to admire it
Yeah.
instead of judging it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think, no, I really do. I
Yeah.
think that first of all, you don't want to be around people who are judgy, right? You want people to be around people who are supportive,
Yeah.
and
If the judge should just let them go.
just let them go.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. Like you don't need that. You don't need
Yeah.
that energy in your life. I think the people that matter, um, will be supportive and excited for you and
Mhm.
actually admire you for following your dreams. And just think about how many successful men and women in life and in business have failed terribly
Yeah.
before they found the next thing and then were a huge success. And
Yeah.
so if they worried about those kinds of things, you know, we wouldn't have a lot of inventions and superstars in our world.
No,
So
that's true. Yeah, that's true. If Steve Jobs and all those guys weren't worried about or worried too
yeah.
much about
Mm-mm.
what. Yeah, that's
I
true.
think Walt Disney, like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many examples
Yeah.
of people who, if they had given up after they had failed, or they, listened to other people telling them, "What are you thinking?"
Yeah.
We wouldn't have.
And one thing too that makes it easier as you get older is you don't care as
Right.
much about what other people think. That's kind of the nice thing, I think. I think you're way more preoccupied
I
with
think
that
so.
when
Yeah,
you're
when you're young,
younger. So
let it
who
go.
cares if yeah, let it go. Who cares if they think I'm all over the map? But yeah, no, it's
No, you're living your life and you're trying to figure it out, and don't worry.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. I could not agree more. So I always think of Madonna when I think about reinventing because she has gone through so many.
Oh yeah, iterations.
I'm not sure I like the last one. I have problems with that one.
Yeah, I could
She
see.
might have
Yeah,
gone a
went a
little
little too far.
far
Yeah.
there. But I mean, like, talk about keeping yourself relevant
Yeah,
going
for sure.
through. I mean, that's pretty. I'm not saying we should all be Madonna, but there are.
And I think she even said I might have gone a little
I
too
think she
far,
did,
you
which
know?
shows that
She's got confidence and
she's
she's
still
humble and
okay in
well, I
her
don't know
head
how
there.
humble she
Yeah.
is, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? So, yeah, you can do it at any age.
Yes.
Yes, age is just a number.
Right.
It really keeps you young.
Yes.
I mean, just for that matter, or that fact, we should
We should do
all
it.
reinvent ourselves.
Yes.
But that financial runway, so not
Right.
to stress out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
just prepare.
Yeah.
But don't I have seen people get stuck with that too. Like, "Oh, okay, I'm not ready," or "I need more money," or "I need to wait till this happens," or "I have to wait till that happens." So you kind of have to find the balance between
And I admire that with you because you jump in.
I
I am
do
way
jump
more
in.
scared, I think. I'm more like, oh no, because I mean, I don't know how long you told me I should certify to be an image consultant. And I just said, no, 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 no.
And
So
you're
yeah.
amazing at it.
So you're really good at the jumping in part because you're not
I'm a little fearless. I am a little
yes,
fearless.
yes, and you're
I
not
always have
afraid
been.
to. But it's also you planned financially so that it
Right.
could.
Right. I had I had the runway that I could, but I think I was, as a person, maybe to a fault, I was fearless even when I was young.
Yeah.
That's just who I am. And not that everybody should be like that.
Yeah. No,
So,
I
so
don't
find
think
the
we
right
are by nature. We just can't. But have a
find,
little more
yeah.
fearlessness.
Somebody once said to me, I dive into the deep end and then I figure out how to swim. So maybe you don't want to do that.
Maybe not always.
Not
But
all.
I think though, if you plan or at least put some money aside or start when you're already in another business or
Right.
employed,
Right.
then you have a little more leadway. But just holding off and waiting for that perfect moment that's never going to
Exactly.
happen. Yeah.
So Christina and I both teach people how to create a personal brand. And I think that it goes to your brand.
Hmm.
So you're not going to be comfortable if
Yeah.
you're cautious and a
Yeah.
little bit conservative about how you make decisions if you jump in with both feet.
Yeah.
Where I wouldn't be comfortable if you were holding me back and I
Yeah.
had a new idea
Yep.
and I wanted to experiment with it.
So true.
So I think it really is knowing yourself
Yeah.
and being true to yourself.
Yeah. No, that's true. I like to organize a
Yes, you're
little
very
too much
organized.
sometimes, but
Sometimes I
it's
make her crazy.
well, that's what Ingrid says too. So I always choose friends that are very different from me. Well, that's good.
They were a good
They pull
compliment.
me out of that.
Yeah.
I could otherwise stay in my little box and wait for everything to be perfect.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, like Nike says, just do it.
Yes,
Right.
do it.
And we had another thing we have in common, all three of us, is Cyndy also has a TEDx talk.
Oh, I do. That's true.
Yeah, so there will be a link to that in the show notes too. But Cindy's topic is similar. We have similar topics, but very different talks.
Different way of
which
telling
was
the story.
great.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
fun, and she helped me with my talk. So that
It was a
great.
huge success.
Well, it's
And
been great.
Ingrid's was amazing too. I really loved
Yeah,
Ingrid's
but it's really
talk.
funny that all two of my best friends both have TED
Yeah.
talks.
Well,
And
we
yeah,
flock together.
that's right. You become like the five people you hang around.
That's true. I like that one too.
Yeah. So one quote that I think is great is from that Randy Polish.
Posh.
Posh.
I think posh.
He's the guy who did an amazing.
I
Was
think
it a TED talk?
I think
Or was it a
no, it was a commencement address. I think it was Carnegie Mellon.
Oh,
He was a professor who knew he was dying
yeah.
and talked about oh my God, it was
Living life
amazing.
to the fullest.
I think
Yeah,
you should
have
put a
to see-
link
I
to
should
that.
put a link to that
It's an
talk.
amazing talk.
It's amazing.
Very inspirational. He has a book too.
And one of his famous quotes is, "It's not the things we do in life that we regret on our deathbed. It is the things we do not do."
Yes.
Yeah. So remember that. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. But have a little financial runway and be emotionally ready. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but it's
no, I agree.
So what we do here is so we're gonna go down and have real drinks. So because it's Mother's Day and we are worthy.
And we are worthy.
For now, we'll just do it up here.
Happy
So
hour.
welcome, first time co-hosting High Heels Happy Hour.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Cool.
And an honor.
Welcome back soon.
I would love to come back if I can add value to what you lovely ladies are doing here.
So until next time, bye-bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.